assumptions in baseline knowledge can lead to a lot of misunderstandings and mishaps in teams. The use of jargon, acronyms, abbreviations, and specific knowledge can be extremely helpful in some instances and harmful in others, depending on the audience. Industries create jargon to act as shortcuts for understanding. Every industry has some variation of jargon. Whenever speaking to professionals within the industry, this is a way to clarify communication and simplify conversation. If speaking to a team of cybersecurity professionals during a data breach or discussing credential stuffing or DDoS or ransomware, then it's much easier to use that understood term or verbiage to the concept rather than explaining the concept every single time. However, if you are going to discuss the same data breach with the C-suite executives rather than the cybersecurity team, then the benefits of using jargon actually reverse in usefulness. We must understand the baseline knowledge of our audience whenever discerning the right time to use jargon. Unless extremely obvious, I aid on the side of caution whenever assuming someone knows my particular knowledge in certain industry jargon. Most of the time, I try to speak in more simple language. So, how can you simplify your jargon within your speech whenever speaking to non-industry experts? Jenny Redditch is quick to remind us that it's not a matter of dumbing down. It's a matter of meeting people where they are and saving people's time. Simplifying jargon can begin by speaking in shorter, simpler sentences. Eliminate excess within your speech. Try avoid using it is, there are, or there are to begin sentences. For example, rather than it is essentially important to take note that we need to be thoughtful whenever we are handling sensitive information by sending encrypted messages. Instead, simply say, send sensitive information in encrypted messages. By eliminating excess and redundancies while adapting a more action-focused statement, you are creating a framework that is easier to understand. Also, clarify abbreviations and acronyms. Human Resources begins using acronyms literally in their name, HR, and the acronyms only expand from there. I have an FTE that's using PTO and ESL. Is that even English to a non-HR person? Sometimes just saying the acronyms provide more clarity. I have a full-time employee that's using their paid time off and extended sick leave. You can use comparisons and examples as well to simplify your jargon and to clarify jargon. If you've seen any of my keynotes or trainings, you know that I use this a lot. You can compare a stand-up in a development team to a huddle in a sports team. You can explain cloud storage to an expandable garage holding knowledge. You can explain sourcing recruitment to hunting and application recruitment more like fishing. And all of these provide a more commonly known everyday item or experience that is relatable. Finally, adjust your pace. Include more pauses for questions. Speak more slowly so that you can be intentional to look at your audience's faces to discern understanding. Now, there are a lot of different ways to communicate jargon. So, here's what I want you to do today. Ask the question, will jargon be helpful or hurtful in this audience? And if jargon is not helpful, simplify and clarify your statements so that you can increase understanding.